Hello, I'm Mathilde Schmidt, and I'm going to tell you what Hayward did for me. I was born in 1921 in Germany and came to California in 1953. And there, as I will tell you, found a husband, also German, and settled finally in Castro Valley. When I was 18, still back in the old country, I wanted to go to college and become a teacher. First, before that, because of Hitler's regulations, I had to work on a farm and do all kinds of chores. Everybody had to do that. But in 1939, Hitler started the war, and my parents wanted me to have a short education. They didn't want to pay for all that college. I became a seed breeding assistant, and those are people who work on plants and get seeds and get better and better seeds. I was employed in a nursery in the city of Strasbourg. Now it's Strasbourg, pronounced and written French. And unfortunately, I was captured by the French in 1944. The Americans followed the French, and I became a prisoner of war in France. At the end of the war, we female prisoners, German prisoners, were exchanged for American nurses and were sent home. I enrolled in college in Hamburg and studied for a few years. Then I decided to visit my sister in Ohio. I traveled to California, met my husband there, and we got married. My husband had a good job as a toolmaker, and I raised our 4 children, at least for a while. Since we needed more money, I decided to help with the finances by doing what I knew best, teaching German. First, I had to get a teaching credential, and people told me there was a brand new college built on a hill in Hayward. Hayward, right next to Castro Valley. I checked it out and I liked it. While I was taking my required courses for teaching, outside was a lot of hammering and building going on. I liked US.state, Hayward, which it was then, and I took classes even after I had my credentials. I not only got 4 credentials with the studies I had done in Germany, I also got a master's degree in special education. After I had my credentials, I started teaching, and I taught German and math, and also handicapped classes for 2 years with 12 Down syndrome students in my class. I also taught English for refugees for several years. After I got a pink slip along with many other new teachers in the late 1970s, I turned to substituting in the Bay Area districts. In 1976, my husband and I bought a cabin in the mountains, and we had many happy family events there. When that got all old, I was in my early 60s, I started a cleaning business and did floors all over Hayward and surrounding areas, mostly 7-Eleven stores and quick stores and other such convenient food places. I turned into a night owl because those stores are open all night and the managers don't want to have their daytime sales interfered by a cleaning crew. My helpers were mostly Afghans and Indians who had been students in adult school. When I turned 84, I started to read ferociously. I had read all my life, but now I really devoured books. And I became a frequent visitor of the Hayward Library. I'm taking part in 2 book clubs there. I also started to write. You can buy my books at the bookshop on B Street in Hayward, or at the Hayward Museum on the corner of C and Main, or at Jordan's Books in Castro Valley. I also decided to teach German again, and I'm working now for the Hayward Area Recreational Department, a wonderful institution existing since 1944 and serving people of any age and background. My own children have been working for hard and loved it. My husband of 55 years is still working, you guessed it, in Hayward at Ilmberger Tool and Die. He had been a tool and die mechanic all his life. All my children are married, and now there are 6 grandchildren. The high point in my life was our golden wedding anniversary. Please visit my website with 100 people at the Murphy's Winery in Murphy's.